What defines a beauty shot? Well, I'm just going to show you a couple, actually 3 photos here. So let's look at these images. I'm not going to talk too much about them, just take a peek at them. Look at the photo on the right, the photo on the left. And we'll go to the next image here. Okay. So these aren't necessarily the definition of beauty shots, but what they represent, or what the common thread is that overall they're brighter, they're close up, okay? And so most beauty shots, in terms of an actual definition, are close up. So you're not doing like a torso necessarily, you're not doing a full length, right? A beauty shot traditionally is a close-up portrait. And so what does that mean? It could mean head, it could mean shoulders and head, and every once in a while we'll go with maybe just a torso. So they're tighter compositions, head and shoulders. We're really focusing on the skin and the face and a lot of times the makeup. We're trying to emphasize the attractive qualities of that person or the attractive qualities of that model. So what are those attractive qualities? Well, it could be the high cheekbones. You know, it could be a nice looking chin line, those types of things. And so our lighting needs to reflect that. In general, the lighting is what I would call flatter. And flat doesn't necessarily mean bad. What I mean by flatter is we don't have a lot of shadows. You know, for example, if you had a really dramatic light scenario, think, film noir, 1940s spy movie, something like that. It's a very dark and shadowy look, sculpted. Not so much in beauty. We're not after that in beauty shots, okay? So brighter overall, flat lighting, meaning we've got lighting from the top to bottom and all around the sides. Beauty shots are typically very clean. So what does clean mean? Well, we a lot of times relate white, like white backdrops, white clothing, that type of thing, with a clean look. You can shoot beauty shots with a gray background and even with a black background, as long as you're trying to emphasize the model's face and her head and shoulders and that type of thing. But typically, you want a white backdrop. So that's one of the things we're going to work on today. I'm going to show you how to create that white backdrop with one single flash. And a lot of it, as I'll talk about, has to do with your proximity to the background and also the size of your flash modifier. Commercial, what does that mean? Well, the commercial look, commercial meaning, I'm thinking a makeup manufacturer, kind of that, they're going to put it in one of the big magazines, one of the fashion magazines, kind of that commercial, bright, sparkly look. Sometimes your beauty shots can be edgy or artsy, that's fine. Maybe you're doing something with wild colors, maybe you're doing something crazy, wacky with the hair, something along those lines, great. Maybe a giant, funky, umbrella colored thing in the background. That's all great. Artistic as well. Feel free to use this lighting technique and do something very artistic. Maybe you're making your own dress, or maybe you're making hair pieces, something to kind of illustrate a concept. That's all good too. Another element that needs to be talked about with respect to beauty shots is you need a makeup artist. And you need to work with a really good makeup artist. And so fortunately, here at Creative Live, we have a great makeup artist. And so getting nice beauty shots means a lot of, I'm not a makeup artist, so I don't even know the terms I'm supposed to be using here. The ladies in the room, you could all tell me, but you want to get rid of a lot of the pock marks and the blemishes and those types of things. You just want a nice, smooth, clean face. And then it's also working with the model to describe, what are we after today? Are we after, a shoulder, just shoulders and head? Are we after some type of outfit or some type of dress that we're after? So there's a lot of work between the photographer, the makeup artist, and the model. Oh, and hair as well. Hair. So this morning, just so you all know, we spent a few minutes, the 3 of us, the model, the hairstylist / makeup artist, and me, talking about what we wanted to accomplish. So we have a place here, it's called the green room, and that's where we do all the makeup. So we're in the green room, we're talking through it. I showed them what I call a mood board. I don't know if you've ever heard of a mood board before, but a lot of times before a shoot, I'll scour the internet and I'll look at photos that I'm after trying to create that day, and I'll just drop them all into a Photoshop document, and I'll make kind of this grid of photographs that I'm after trying to create. I show that to the makeup artist, I I show that to the model, and now we're all kind of working on the same page. So then the last thing I'd say about the beauty shot is a lot of times we're trying to provoke an emotion from the viewer, or you got to think through your mind, what is that emotion that I'm trying to provoke? Is it happiness? Is it joy? Is it health? Is it clean living? Is it what am I after? And so we're trying to accomplish that, of course, with our lighting and with the overall the expression on the model as well. So.